welcoming you to the Den of the Djinn and liking. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment down below. Anyway, before I go any further, thank you for trying out my videos. I sincerely appreciate it. And do me a favor, check out the video for its entirety. It definitely helps the algorithm because I feel like the algorithm is really scaling me. So if you're gonna check out this video with my deepest, I honestly want you guys to check out the entirety of it because it helps the channel. Anyway, before I go any further, today we're going to be talking about insufferable people, ladies and gentlemen, and insufferable people that I've seen, watched, and dealt with. First one, I've actually had an insufferable person when I was getting into my years of drinking. Yes, folks, it was around, I'd say, about 13, 14 years ago. Yes, folks, I'm at that point in my life where I can say that and it still is the fucking truth. Anyway, so yeah, about 13 to 14 years ago, actually it's closer to 16 years ago, but yeah. That'd be 15 years ago, my bad. My math is a little not mathing. So about, yeah, 16 years ago. And every time I say it, I feel older and older. Anyway, so me and my buddies were going out and we were having some fun. We were doing a night out, guys. And long story short, we were dealing with some jackwagon that thinks that to themselves that they are God's gift to anything and everything, including women, because apparently in the same bar that we went to, our girlfriends at the time, where they were joining us basically. Although we didn't know they were joining us because apparently it was a surprise. I thought it was going to be like a girls' night for them, but apparently they had other ideas. And we were hanging out, and the girls came in. We saw them. We gave them a chance to be by themselves in case they wanted to be by themselves. Well, little did we know, they were waiting for us. It took us a minute or two to realize that. Well, the reason why it took us a while was because, do me a favor, guys, if you are checking out this video, check it out the entirety and like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Thank you very much. Anyway, so as I was saying, we were going to hang out with the girls. And sure enough, this guy, and mind you, I'm going to call him a tool because that's all he was to us. He was just one of those tools. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, he's one of those guys. I would consider him a pill that I would never take, like an arsenic pill, because every time I had to deal with him, he damn near killed me. Because goddamn, how exasperating the schnook was. Anyway, so we're going in, and we were hanging out, see the girls, and this guy comes into the bar. And mind you, case in point, we knew the owner of the bar. It was another friend of ours that was basically, let's just put it this way, our friend was basically giving us the, hey, I think your girls need saving. Not that they needed it, it's just they wanted it. It was similar to the fact that it's like, sweetheart, I don't want to cause any problems and I don't want blood on my new shoes. That kind of situation. So we got up and went over to the guy, and apparently he brought friends, and mind you, all of us had female companions and or friends that were there. It was me and let's see, 1, 2, 3 other guys that I can remember. one of my friends, Michael, you saw him on one of my other videos when I did the last 4th of July. I think it was the last 4th of July. It was the 4th of July, that's for sure. I might actually do it again this year, going to his place at the 4th of July. But that's going to be neither here nor there. Anyway. Hey, how's it going? Thank you very much for checking out my videos. And please stick around for the whole time. That helps, helps my numbers go up a little bit, because I feel like they're dropping way too fast, and you guys help pick them up again. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, oh, that's cute. You think your opinion matters. I feel like I don't give two shits about your opinion. So do us all a favor and drop dead. I cast magical goodbye. Ugh. Anyhow, how you doing? Thank you very much, Jane. I appreciate the love. Anyway, so back to the story. The guy was hitting on our girls, specifically mine and one of my bros. His name is Daggeron. We just call him Daggy or Dagger. Well, she calls him Daggy. I just call him Dagger because sometimes his sense of humor is a little sharp. That's why I call him that. Well, I haven't seen the guy in forever, but I do keep in touch every now and again. Anyway, sorry, I kind of went a little off script. So we were talking, and we were seeing the girls just basically giving us that, please help us, I don't want blood on my new shoes look. Yeah, literally, there's a specific look that we spent years apparently putting on that. So we went over there, basically nonchalant. We didn't say anything to the guy. In fact, we pretty much ignored the schnook. We're going up to and starts basically canoodling our girls. Our girls obviously canoodling with us. And apparently the guy did not understand social cues to the point where he starts thumping his chest like the gorilla he was. Honestly, the guy was as big as a gorilla. I mean, good God's on high. I was half expecting him to go, you know? Like, he was just, mind you, as far as intelligence, I'm pretty sure gorillas in captivity have more brain cells than he did. Because apparently he didn't catch any points of if the girl was with her boyfriend, then you are not getting anywhere near her ever again. It was more of, I basically went there to tell him to back off. And the guy did not catch the memo. The guy is as thick as a brick, both wide and mentally. I mean, the guy, I'm just saying, man, the guy was huge. And I only knew one thing. I was faster than him. He might have been stronger than me, but I was definitely quicker. I only know that because I had to prove it. Luckily, it was more of the whole, Bruce Lee routine. Like, he tried to... Point is, I start smooching the girl, and then the guy goes, "Hey, what are you doing with my woman?" Apparently, the guy didn't get the memo. The fact that I was kissing my girl. To him, that was not okay, because it was right in front of him, and it was a girl that he was targeting. He didn't like that. So he starts basically telling me that I'm a beta male and I don't deserve a pretty young thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, at the time, I kind of agreed, in the sense that that girl was too good for me. Before you guys ask, no, I'm not with her anymore. Not because I didn't think that I was too good for. She was too good for me. I felt like, well, it's because there was a point in our relationship we kind of stopped. But neither here. I'm not talking about that point in my life. I already have, and that needs to basically stay dead. Anyway, so at the time, like I said, at the time we were canoodling. We were practically madly in love, and we were talking, and this again, the guy just had enough, and he said, "You know what? Let's step outside." And I said, "Okay, cool. Let's step outside. Let's go outside." So, what happened was, here's the thing. When I say I'm faster than him, I'm talking about up here, apparently, because I had this thing with a bouncer, mind you, another friend, and it was actually the husband of the bar owner. Yes, the bar owner was, before you ask, the bar owner was female, and she was a good friend. It was actually a good friend of my friend Dagger. Good friend, a very good friend, and practically cousin. Like they were practically family, guys, and it was actually kind of funny to watch their little tete-a-tete. But again, both of them are married at the moment. I know because I keep getting updates from not only our dear friend bartender, but my other friend Dagger. They are they are both married, not to each other, just different. You know, the girl that married Dagger on was it's hard to explain. Celine, and yes, folks, her name was Celine. It's actually very hard to describe Celine without actually giving you images. Have you guys ever, if you guys ever seen the movie Underworld? You guys ever seen that movie with the one with the vampire taking out werewolves and stuff like that? Well, honestly, it was that the actress that plays Celine was very close to the girl that I'm talking about. She's very, very close to that. Down to like the very pale eyes, like pale blue eyes, very beautiful. Like the girl, just honestly, he is married to her. He has adorable baby little girls, and honestly, they caught her mom's beauty because god damn, they're so cute. They look exactly like their mom. They only have their dad's hair, and apparently canines, because apparently that is inherited. Yeah, apparently my buddy has these like really elongated canines. They are completely real, by the way. No dental surgery, nothing like that. They are actual full canines, like kind of like a wolf's canines, not a vampire's canines, just kind of like a really sharp. And it cracked me up every time because I'm like, how in hell do you chew with those damn things? And he goes, very, very carefully. Anyway, and pretty much the end of the story. So I'm going to tell you what happened after the incident and before the incident. Before the incident, basically the girl, Celine specifically, was following us to go see what was going down. Celine didn't know that I was going to pull this. Mind you, she gave me that look like, really? Not really disappointed, just... I told her I'm really not in the mood to get into a fight. Plus, I just wanted to have some fun with my gals, and putting me into this kind of trouble does not constitute me getting into a fight. I'm really not in the mood. And trust me, when I'm in no mood, I get more rough. And frankly, nobody deserves that. She looks at me and goes, "Oh, okay, fair enough." Mind you, that is after the incident. The whole incident happening. That is the conversation we had after this whole thing happened. Before, as I was walking down, right, I'm looking at the bouncer, the one I mentioned earlier, and the bouncer just gives me that nod, and the nod was basically, you know, a nod. It was basically a nod. You know the nod. Like they got something, we got something planned just in case of these situations. Sure enough, as the guy steps out, the bouncer turns around and grabs the guy by the scruff. Mind you, remember what I said that this guy was basically steroids incarnate? Well, the bouncer made Shaq look small. Like he was just. It was actually pretty funny to watch him getting manhandled by a guy more or less his size. But here's the thing: the bouncer had military training, so he knew how to handle people. Literally handle them, manhandle that is. Grabbed the guy and kind of basically escorted him to basically the back alley. I only went there as a curiosity. And sure enough, the guy basically gets told to never come back. And if he ever does, that, guess what? The pain will be excruciating. I don't remember exactly what he said because it was kind of low, but I'm pretty sure he basically pulled a Batman on his ass. He just gave him that look, and the guy goes, "Okay, I'll never return." Damn, man, you guys could just said wasn't interested. Mind you, this is where mind you, a lot of people are asking, because people have asked about her. Why are you mentioning the girl Celine? Well, Celine and everybody comes out and basically watching this little altercation. So yeah, the guy did not have any brains in his skull because he tried the old "I'm gonna leave now." He turns around, and then he tries to turn around and tries to sock my friend, the bouncer. Bad move on his part, because my friend basically countered it. I don't remember exactly how it went. It's basically the old kung fu counter, like where he basically catches it with his like the arm, like kind of like an arm bar or something like that, and basically twisted his arm just enough where he's like back off, and Celine kind of goes up to the security guard, whispers something, and he says, "All right, but just one, okay?" And I'm like, "Oh no." When Celine has an idea in her head, it usually, especially when it comes to this, and I'm already thinking, "Oh no, this is gonna be interesting." I wish I had popcorn at that point, because sure enough, as she's walking, right? Imagine a girl in a cocktail dress, right? Having nothing but her purse and a devilish smile. I swear to the gods, if she had fangs, I understand why my friend Daggeron was attracted to this girl. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was in a relationship back in those days, and I actually respected her, I'd be drooling over her. Mind you, I'm pretty sure every girl was drooling over every guy with every girl. Are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure there were girls that were drooling over this girl. That's how bad she was. Mind you, she's walking down with that strut towards this guy. As the bouncer was holding him, sure enough, all I heard was thwack. Bam! Guy got pummeled. I'm telling you right now. Only one shot, mind you. And I swear I heard a click. I don't know what the click was. And sure enough, I should have been stupid. I should have been smarter, not to ask later, because I did ask. I heard a click from your purse. Did he break your mirror or something? But then again, my thought to my process is like, there's no way that your purse could have done that much damage to a guy with that thick of a head. He goes, well, I hit him with something thicker. I'm like, oh, come on. The only thing that would be thicker than this idiot's skull was reinforced concrete. You don't have reinforced concrete, do you? She goes, no, that would be silly. And before you guys ask, I know what you guys are asking, what she had in her purse. She opened the purse to show us all. We looked in. It was a cracked brick. I'm pretty sure either the brick was already cracked or we heard the crack of his skull. Long story short, the guy was out cold, but there was no blood or anything. I'm pretty sure he just got a good thwack. Basically unconscious thwack. They obviously had to call the ambulance, and basically said that the guy was getting belligerent, and I had to show him that kind of shit was not allowed. Obviously, basically unconsciousness. The guy was already half drunk as it is, and it was proven because apparently they tested him, and he was already half like smashed through the alcohol. Yes, he survived, obviously, guys. We found out he did survive, obviously, because the guy, again, was thick, man. He was just thick. Like up here, he had a hard head. And I never bothered asking why she had a brick in her purse, and apparently she made it work with all her other stuff, like her tampon and all that shit. And I'm like, oh wow, the fact that you had that in there is like, well, I'm a pretty girl, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. I mean, she was a very beautiful girl, but I'm like, sounds like you were apparent. For all I understood, that she was raised in a house where she had to take care of herself. Like, even her dad was kind of a predator. So and that's how I found out about how she was able to take care of herself. Kind of fucked up, but yeah, sometimes that's how life is. That's the world we live in, ladies and gents. Mind you, what really inspired me to tell you guys this story, it was a story basically I found online, and it was kind of a funny story, but it was kind of true in a sense, where there are people out there that just goes into a bar thinking that just because they're a paying customer, they can basically be a jerk. So basically the story of this online story, guy goes into a bar and is basically supremely obnoxious, telling everybody that I'm gonna go sit at the bar, which by the way was completely and utterly full, and saying, I'm gonna sit at the bar for a few drinks and then go sit down to the one you recommended. And the girl's heart that was telling him, you really can't do that, because, well, it's not that I don't want you to do that, it's just there is no way possible because it's so full. He goes, well, there's plenty of room right there. Points to like basically a gap between two girls. You and me both know, folks, that there is no way in hell I'm gonna let someone get snug up like that against two people. If I was working out like that, I'd be like, no, sir, that's not how that works. You do not do that, because A, you're getting in the middle of two people that, for all you know, don't like people getting that damn close. And apparently this guy didn't understand no, so he went over there automatically, pushed the girl. And long story short, he was so obnoxious that one of the bar goers, mind you, one of the girls that it was snuggling up to, practically, basically grabbed him by the back of the head and smashed his head onto the table, basically saying, "Are you gonna act right, or are we gonna have you spitting out your teeth in a minute?" The guy basically gulps and basically saunders off, and I'm laughing my ass off, going, "Wow, that is the funniest shit ever." Because honestly, guys, it takes someone that they did not expect to basically mouth off to finally say something for people that idiotic, that entitled, that stupid to realize you're not in control of this situation, Chachi. You're not. And honestly, I feel like we got into a world where we got to do more of that, because not necessarily commit assaults, of course, no, but we as a people, we need to do more of that. Tell our managers, or even our governments, to knock their garbage clean off, because they're doing a lot more damage to us than they think that they are. And the only reason they're not seeing it is because A, they're willingly going blind. They don't care about us, which is probably part of A, and C, they just don't give a rat's ass about the poor, which again goes A and B. So again, if you guys have recommendations of trying to fix our management, our government, everything, well, put it out in the comments, put it in the ether, so that way like-minded people finally pick it up and say, you know what, they're right, we got to do this, we got to fix this, because if they're not going to do it, we have to. And remember, guys, one other thing I got to tell you, and I've been wanting to say this for a long ass time. Remember, they work for us, we don't work for them. Remember that. And don't be a Karen about it, guys. Seriously, there's a difference between that, what I just said, and you automatically asking for concessions of everything. Be respectful about it. Understand that there's a limit. You know, don't automatically think just because you're a voter or whatever that you have the power over everything and anything, because that turns into a really bad HOA story. And yes, folks, I do comment on those HOA stories. If I ever find any new ones that I haven't heard any before, which is hard because I've heard so many, I'll put it in the comment. I'll put it on these videos. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, be safe, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And when next time you go to a bar, be the guy that tells the asshole to back off. Don't fight him or anything. Just tell him not back off, man. Try to get a regular drink. Trying to have some fun. Trying to relax. Trust me, guys. Most of the time, they'll hear you and sound her off like little belligerent children. There will be times where they'll try to swing at you. Then that's when you start learning kung fu. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.